Hi, I'm Lee Gray. Welcome back to the Wild Gourmet Show. As you know, in this week's program, we're out picking stinging nettles. I went out and got that nice big bucket of stinging nettles, and I showed you how to get them with the pair of tongs so you don't sting yourself. As you see, we're still got them in the bucket. We don't have to worry about that. So what we're going to do, we got some hot water boiling here. We're going to go ahead and drop them in there and blanch them. All you got to do is pick them up, throw them in there just like that. That way you don't hurt yourself and get stabbed. Real easy. Push them down in there. That should be enough for what we're doing. They only need to blanch for a couple seconds and then they're done. So they're done already. You want to make some tea out of them so you can have that tea like I talked about. All you got to do is leave them in here, turn the heat off, let them steep for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then you can go ahead and strain them off. In fact, this is looking like tea already, so that'd probably be enough. You don't need to do any more than that. So I'm going to strain that off. Get tea all over myself. Alright. Now you can touch those leaves. You can touch those leaves and it doesn't even hurt you. As you can see, I can just touch them all. Once those little fine hairs that sting you, once you put them in hot water, it wilts them and then they can't sting you anymore. So we're just going to let those cool down for a couple minutes while we get ready to stuff them into our oysters. That's what we're doing today. I'm going to set that tea aside, let that cool down, and then we'll add some sweetener to it while it's still warm and then refrigerate it, and I have some nice nettle tea to use all week. So, we picked these. We didn't pick these, I mean we went and picked these out from the Oregon Oyster Company down there in Newport. Got some really nice oysters, and these are the mediums. I like to use, actually these are probably the smalls, actually, not the mediums. Yeah, the smalls. And I like mediums or smalls for the dish we're using because they get a little more moisture that way, and a nice size shell to work with. What we're going to do is stuff them with the nettles after we cook them and saute them with a little Madeira wine and some garlic and some butter. Okay, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start that sauce because it's going to take a while for that sauce to cook down. Put in a little olive oil. I like to cook with a lot of garlic, so we're going to put a lot of garlic in that dish. The more garlic, the better, I think. A little garlic and butter or olive oil makes anything taste better, even stinging nettles. No, that's a joke. I like the way they taste. They have a good flavor. Is that getting hot? Yeah, it's getting hot. That'll take a minute to get hot. While that's working, we're going to go ahead and get busy to start sauteing these too, so we need to turn that burner on. Those we're going to take just a little bit of olive oil. Again, I like to start with the olive oil and then we'll add some butter to that one. Garlic again. We're going to add a little butter to that. Getting more? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's get close here. We're going to have to put those oysters onto the tray here. You do them top side down. You can see it's a little flatter on one side than on the other side, so you want to take that oyster and put it flat side, top side down. Put the flat side on up, and that way it retains more of the moisture of the oyster while it's cooking, and it'll make it stew in its own juice a bit. You want to preheat your oven to 325 rather. I'm sorry. And we're going to go ahead and stick those in the oven right now. Get those going. Our garlic's starting to sizzle pretty good there. What we're going to do is we're going to deglaze that pan a little bit with some Madeira wine. This was a gas stove, so we had flames shooting up everywhere. Let that cook for a minute. Get these back up and going too. And let's see, this pan we're going to glaze just a little bit with a little bit of lemon juice. That's what we're going to put those nettles into. Oh, I can smell that alcohol burning up. It smells good. I love that Madeira wine. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and throw those nettles in here. Get those flavors all incorporated with the butter. That garlic all mixed in, a little bit of butter and a little bit of lemon juice on it. They don't need much, they got a lot of flavor themselves. This is starting to look pretty good. We're going to add some heavy cream to that now. Oh, that looks good. Now we're going to add some blue cheese to that. That should be enough, maybe a little more. Just going to crumble that right in there. Use a little more cheese, I think. Pretty good. All we gotta wait for now is the sauce to reduce and for oysters to get done in the oven. Just want to reduce that sauce down to about half of what you started with. And that'll be nice, all cheesy, and you'll taste that Madeira wine coming through. That'll be good. Down a little bit, just let it simmer away. So you have to watch that. Okay, we're about ready to start doing these. The oysters look like they're about done. The sauce is looking done. The nettles are all ready to go. And we're going to go ahead and pull those out of the oven. Oh yeah, they smell good too. I can't wait to dive into those. Yeah, nice fresh Gourmet Bay oysters. I have to put my glasses on to see this so I don't stab myself. You gotta be real careful when you're doing oysters because they're so sharp. And these little shells are just knife and really kind of like my oysters done just a little bit underdone, so it's still almost a little bit raw. Now you can do 3 for an appetizer or you do 6 for a full plate. 5 beautiful oysters. And 5 is kind of a feng shui thing, so they look kind of nice. 3s and 5s always work really well together. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stuff those oysters with the nettles. Nice steaming hot nettles right on top of them like that. Just put a nice big blob of them on there. Top of each one. Stems and all are good. I gotta try some of those just by themselves. Oh, that's good. Have a very nice woodsy flavor to them. Makes you feel like you're in the woods again. And we're just gonna take a little bit of that sauce, pour on top of each one. And decorate that with a couple wild ginger leaves. I picked those today. And nobody's looking, and we're going to decorate that with a pretty flower. And there we go. Doesn't that make a beautiful looking dinner? Okay, so this has been Lee Gray, the Wild Gourmet, and we showed you how to go pick stingy nettles. And we did stingy nettles with a stuffed in oysters with a Madeira blue cheese cream sauce. So if you'd like a copy of this recipe, you can write to us at wildgourmet.org. We'll be glad to give you this. Thank you very much for joining us, and watch for our next show.
You might have some fun, save some money besides. So you say you want know what's really going on. Grab your buckets, put your rubber boots on, come along with me. We got people serving everywhere we look. Come along with me, I'll show you just what to cook. There's always plenty to eat, there's food enough for everyone. Don't expect a receipt, cause you'll never see